Hey guys, how are you doing? Sculpture. This is the beginning of the Found Objects project, and we're going to be making a metal armature, a metal structure, substructure, in which we'll be placing all of our found objects on. You're going to need a ruler to measure out your mesh. Okay. Remember, I asked you in the last video to start thinking about a simple geometric shape. I'm going to do a rectangle. All right. So I have enough metal for all four planes. Whenever it comes to the four planes. Sorry, the four planes of the elongated sides of the rectangle, and then there's enough on the other side for the more square shapes that I need whenever it comes to the other two planes. And you can see there's my metal mesh. It's storming right now, so hopefully we won't lose power in the light. We're on the battery with the laptop, so we're probably good. You're going to need some metal wire, like I mentioned, to help tie the sides together. Your tin snips and any small tin snips that you might have. Again, like I mentioned, and then also, right, this will help draw out the delineations and the calibrations that you need on the metal mesh, okay, so that you have the right sizes. I have a whole bunch of found objects that I'm going to do later in a later video. Again, these little pods, these pod shapes are going to cover the surface of the rectangle. I have a whole bag of them. I'm probably not going to need all of them. And then I also have some pine cones, just in case I want to add some pine cones. Maybe as a filler on the inside of the metal mesh. Okay, I have a whole bunch. I can also use many of the gumballs, or I think that's what they're called, C-pod gumballs, for the inside of the metal mesh as well. Okay, so I have 4 feet of metal mesh, so that's 4 12-inch rectangles. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pan this down so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, just a little closer. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to measure this out. Always wear your gloves, all right, so that you don't cut yourself on the metal. Put this around. Easier to mark out. 12. I mean, I couldn't do 12 and 24, right? Go to 24, so you can see that. So 12 and then 24 is the next foot. So that's 1, 2, 3, and the last one is 24 to 36. So that's another 12. So it's all marked out. So all I need to do is follow my crow's feet, which are my little arrow markings. Let me know where I'm cutting. All right, let's get it started. Here's the other one right here. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. Just follow the metal mesh. All right, there you go. Take my tin snips. Try to get a good grip on them. And just start cutting. Uh-oh, my tin snips just fell apart on me. Oh no. This might be more difficult than expected. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. So get a good pair of tin snips that aren't going to break on you. Mine just broke on me. didn't expect that. And this is why you wear your gloves, so you don't get snagged on the metal. Alright, we're still going to make this work. What I'll do is I'll cut out 2 of them, and I'll piece the two of the vertices together, just to give you a point of instructional reference. I'm really getting snagged up here because my pin snips are not very good. Power's flickering. It's a good way to start a video. I might have to finish it in the dark. You also use your foot to kind of like brace down the metal. I'm also wearing long sleeves, as you can see, so that I don't cut into my skin on my arm. Alright, so just kind of layer yourself up whenever it comes to cutting this metal. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the tin snips, but we'll make it work. And just, you know, formulate your size of the metal structure based off of how much metal you were able to get. I think I mentioned 3 to 4 feet, so if you got 4 feet, you should be able to make yourself a fairly long rectilinear shape. If you choose to do rectangle, you don't have to, but you can see there's a lot of metal mesh here. Looks like we got some hail. There's all kinds of stuff going on today. Little hailstorm. It's good. Luckily, we're in the garage, so should be good. So yeah, definitely do this in an area where you have lots of ample space. Don't do this in your living room. Don't do this in your kitchen. I mean, maybe your basement, as long as you don't have any kids running around. It's really hailing right now. See out there. You may not be able to see it. Anyway. Okay, there's one of my metal pieces. One of my sides, one of my rectilinear sides. Okay, here's this side, and it's going to be this long. Pretty much fit the screen there. So that's going to be one side. I'm going to do 3 more of these. So let me cut out 1 more, and then I'll show you how to wire and piece it together. The metal wire, or start piecing it together. Remember, you can use found objects like acorns or gumballs or something like that on the inside to help buffer and insulate the form, to cushion the inside so that it holds its structure a little bit better. And then the metal wires will help hold the edges together. I'm really getting snagged on this because these are not working. As you can see, I can't just grab it with one hand. I got to use both, or the whole thing will fall apart on me. So luckily I have these good gloves, and I have my long sleeve shirt on. It's an older shirt, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm just cutting away merrily, going along with the hailstorm in the background. What a great intro. Okay, I'm just going to cut this like I did before, following the same line as the other one. They just fell apart on me again. They just keep falling apart. You just got to interlock them back together. I don't know. I didn't buy these new. I borrowed these from my stepdad. So there's probably a reason they were sitting in the workbench in the back somewhere, not being used. That's all right. I don't have too much cutting to do. I'm not going to cut them all out today.
Just give you a general idea, and you can start cutting yourself. Put this aside. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me all right over the storm. Got both of my pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and wire the side, and this will be the bottom. This will be the bottom, and this will be the side. So I'm going to wire here, here, and here. I'm just going to do 3 right now using my stainless steel wire. Okay. So when I'm cutting this out, just make sure that the gauge or the length of the wire is longer than you need, because if it's too short, then you got to cut a new one. Oh, another thing, and I'm sorry I don't have them on me, is wear goggles as well. Wear some goggles. I don't have them on me right now, but if you have a pair of goggles or if you have glasses, wear your glasses when doing this. I'm going to stand these up on edge, and I'm just going to lace this metal wire through the edge up on the top. I'm just going to weave it through. After you weave it through, you just twist it. You can twist it by hand. This stainless steel wire is pretty easy to bend. Okay. Oh, sorry, I accidentally ripped through. That's all right. This is very interesting delivery of information with all that's going on. So essentially what will happen is you will get started and you'll have some complications. It's just kind of part of it. And you got to just back your way out of the complications. Get a little closer here. Actually, hold on just 1 minute. All right. Didn't expect it to start being so violent so quickly. So anyway, run this through again. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. There will always be one of those days where complications will arise and you just gotta go with the flow. Okay. So bend it up. Okay, vertically, bend it up. And once you get it bent up, then you can start to twist. Okay, you don't want to twist too much, too hard. You might break the mesh. Okay. And once you get it bent up, that, then you can bring it back down and then recable it through again. Okay. To the other side. Bring it through here. Through. There we go. Just kind of make yourself a metal knot. Okay. It's okay if the edges aren't really pretty and clean.
All right, this is just to kind of help hold it, the shape. I might take my gloves off temporarily just to get a better grip on it, but just being very careful not to create any kind of cut on my hand, all right? So you can see it's now holding the V shape, right, with the bond. And now what I'll do is I'll do a series of them going all the way down, right? Let me do one more. I'll do it on the opposite end. If your hands are calloused like mine, then it's okay if it grabs at you a little bit, at your skin. But if your hands are not calloused, then wear your gloves. What a storm, my goodness. All right, so up on the top corner, the vertice, just like the other one, I'm only going to go about 2 mesh cubic. I guess it's like, what is this? I think this is a quarter-inch mesh. I'm not going to go too far out because whenever I try to interlace the stainless steel wire in with the mesh, if you go too far in, meaning like you go too far into the plane or the surface of it, then it pulls on it too much. And if it pulls on it too much, it kind of collapses the form a little bit. All right, I'm going to just twist it, and then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to relock that wire into the mesh on the back side. I'm just going to kind of stick it in there, and then I'm going to put my gloves on, and then I'm going to compress it. But I'm not going to compress it right now because my fingers are exposed. So this, put these back on, and now I can really push, and I know I'm not going to puncture my hands. Okay? So, right, you can see it's starting to make that line of connection. Okay? And then what I'll do is I'll do another one, okay, and then another one, and that'll be 4 planes to the rectangle. All right, you can see where it's starting to be. 4 planes to the rectangle. It will be a little organic with the metal mesh, which is kind of a little part of the point, is I want it to be semi-geometric, not perfectly geometric, because I want the organic forms, like, let's say the gumballs, to run in alignment with kind of the warped and moving organicness. Now, I chose these gumballs because they have these long stems, and these long stems I'm going to be able to pull on the inside, and then I'll get a glue gun, and then I'll cover, and then I'll just glue them into place like that, and then each metal mesh. Well, oh, there you go. But anyway, so I'll just use the stems temporarily to pull them through, and then use a glue gun to fuse them, cover the whole form. All right. So that's the idea. All right, guys, this is already going on 20 minutes because of some complications, so I apologize about that. But what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and I'll continue putting some wire, stainless steel wire, all the way down that one side. Then I'll cut out the next one, and then I'll do the same. And then what I'll do is I'll lay it, once I get all 4 of them attached. Okay, then I'll lay this section with the other 2 attached on top of the metal mesh, and use my permanent marker and draw out the squares that I'll need on both sides. All right? So, there you go, folks. That's the beginning of the Found Objects project. I'll upload this here in just a little bit, Hopefully you did your sculpture questions that I asked you to do last week up until Sunday. I'm going to take a look at those on Blackboard. And then also keep working on your relief piece. I showed you how to carve out the back and to add those fixtures, those hanging apparati and those fixtures on the back. So refer back to those videos as well, all right? And then on Wednesday, I would like us to have a virtual Zoom classroom, okay? All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye now.